Episode 3 of the Chronicles called The Boyz in the Hole. Obviously inspired by the movie. This was this was a night. So this is a story. This is one of those stories. One, I wish Kim was around to be able to tell her version of it, because it's truly what the story is really made of, because I don't remember everything, just my side of it, and a lot of it was blurry. This is also one of those stories I like because several people on here will know what I'm talking about and probably have a "what was I doing that night" type of feel to it. But at Clemson, we had a good little rhythm of parties when I was there, as far as house parties. Actually, the Armory parties, obviously too, but the house parties, we had some good stuff. And actually, my second senior year, we got a house and we had some fun. We had some fun parties. We actually, me and a couple of my line brothers, we had some fun parties, and we actually are amazed that our house was still standing after our parties. But one of the funniest things about our parties was that at the end of the parties, when it was time to clean up, pretty much the next morning, we would wake up. So our party area was really the family room, which is the room you walk into in the house. And one of the most hilarious things about our party is we would wake up the next morning to see what the damage was done. And every time we had our party, you would see a blue line around the walls of the family room and it was jean prints. People wearing new jeans, the jeans would fade against the wall from being so crowded, being up against the wall. So man, that was hilarious. But as fun as our parties were, I give all the credit to the parties in the hole, the Boyz in the hole. They had the best parties. We had the best parties down there. Our era, everybody's gonna have their own era where they had the fun parties, but in our era, the Boyz in the hole, and hell, they did the punch for my parties. You know, our hands down, they had the best parties. Greg, Carl, Ryan, Damon, Jervis, Keith, all the boys. I'm calling names now. I'll tag everybody. But they had the best parties. And there was one night. We had the party. A lot of y'all will remember this. It was one of Kim's favorite things to laugh at me about. But it was the night, and I won't call names because I'm not totally sure. I think I know who the person who was the victim was, but I don't remember who started it, or who was the person that did the act. But it was that one night where somebody during the party got hit by a football player. We'll just leave it like that. Like I said, I don't remember exactly who it was, so I won't throw names, but they got hit by a football player, and I think it was a cheap shot. I don't think it was really anything going, but it was actually during that time when we had a lot going on with the little fights and stuff where people weren't getting along on campus. But everything worked itself out, and hopefully everybody's good. But apparently that started a chain reaction, a chain reaction of things. Somebody just tried to get hit, but that started a chain reaction of things where there were other little fights and other little skirmishes and things that happened, and it just became complete chaotic, because I believe the person that got cheap shotted was a part of another frat. So, you know, all the frats out representing everybody. So it just became a big melee. So apparently apparently whoever was around me,
the speed limit is 45 miles per hour.
I was around some basketball players. Now, I never had any issue with any basketball players, and I didn't have any issue with the basketball players that night. Cool with a lot of them. Still cool with a lot of them. But apparently something happened to where I almost tripped over one of the basketball players' feet. And if I remember right, I think I know who it was. But again, I'm not calling names because I'm not totally sure. But I do remember standing toe to toe with him, and he was one of the ones that was almost eye to eye with me. So it wasn't like me looking up. It was me really standing toe to toe with him. And I just remember us like standing there, and I don't remember like having an issue. I don't remember him having an issue. But I think because of where everything was going on, it just was perceived like we were about to square up. So I remember I was out talking to Kim and somebody else, and all I remember, I believe it was Kinlaw. I believe Nick Kinlaw snatched me up and was like, Kim, get him out of here. Kim, get him out of here. Now, clearly, it's one of those parties. Everybody's out having a good time. There were a lot of drinking involved. I'm not sure I drank that night. Okay, maybe I had a few. But I remember Kinlaw snatching me up and like, Kim, take him on, get him to the car. And I remember him getting me to the car. And I remember going home with Kim, and I don't remember what I was saying, but I remember just talking the whole time I was there, talking about how nobody can get along, and we got to be better as a people, Black Righteous Space, Furious Styles isms. I just remember just talking the whole time and just being so upset that all this was going on. Nobody can have a good time. Everybody just want to have fun. Why we got to go through this? And I remember getting to Kim's house, and when you go down the stairs where she lived in the townhouses or apartments at that time, we were out there, and she was trying to find her key, and she was trying to calm me down before I went inside because she didn't want me to wake anybody up. And I remember punching the pole. I remember like punching the pole like I was Tyson, Muhammad Ali. I'm jabbing. Oh man, I wish somebody was in. Like pow pow pow. I remember teeing off on the pole. And she always laughed at that. And apparently I got into the house and I'm still talking. I think somebody asked what was going on, so I'm ranting and raving about what's going on. But I remember, so you remember the episode, not the episode, but the part of the movie when Cuba and Boyz in the Hood, when Cuba Gooding came into the house and he was upset, and he ended up going into the house with Nia Long, and he's punching the air and everything. He's all upset, crying, and he ends up on his knees hugging Nia Long and and then noticing where his head was. 45 miles per hour. I don't remember. Like I said, I don't remember everything, but for some reason I envisioned myself looking like that. And because I do remember hugging Kim. Now, I don't know if my night ended up like Cuba Gooding's night did. I hope so. I'm not sure. Probably so. Maybe so. I don't know. But it was the funniest thing. But this is one of those ones where I wish Kim was in so she could give her part of the story. Because I think this is probably like the episode of Martin when he and Gina met, and the episode of Good Times when Penny burnt the couch. Well, that's probably like my story, her story, and the truth somewhere. But it's one of those ones where she always said, because I'm a touchy-feely type. I'm not a, oh, I love you, but I'm a touchy-feely type. She's like, I found out that night that if I really wanted to know how you felt about me, I asked you after you had some drinks. But no, man, that was a funny night. Hopefully, if some of y'all see this, if y'all remember the night I'm talking about, you got your own stories, maybe hit me up, even if it's a DM, you don't want to put it out there. But I'd love to hear what y'all had going on that night. But it's one of the ones she loved to talk about. She would clown me about it anytime she had a chance, because apparently I was on something completely different that night. But that ends this episode, man. The boys in the hood got on my sweatshirt. But y'all be good.